Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're working on my wife's 2015 Subaru Impreza. We are changing the front brake rotors and pads. Now I'm doing the work, but she's actually going to be talking you through this, so enjoy.
Hi guys, I'm back. First, my husband is going to lift the car and remove the wheels and tires. He turns the wheel here so it's easier access to the bolts. This is a Pennsylvania car, so you'll see a little bit of rust on the back. He's using a breaker bar here and a 17 millimeter to loosen the bracket bolts. These bolts are really tight, so he likes to break these ones loose first. He loosened them but didn't take them completely out. Once those are loose, he goes and loosens and removes the two caliper bolts. And remember, that's caliper with a P, not a B. The caliper should slide right off, and you can put it to the side like he's doing there. Just make sure you don't let it hang from the rubber line. Now that that's removed, you should see the brake pads, and they should slide right out. He's going back to those two mounting bolts and removing them. Like I said earlier, this is a Pennsylvania car, so the rust makes the bolts a little harder to get out. That's the last piece of the puzzle, so now the rotor should be able to be taken right off. He personally likes removing the cap, so it makes pushing the fluid back easier. The next step is cleaning the bracket as best you can. So here he's going to use a wire brush to clean it. You want to remove and clean the sliders and then lube them before putting them back in. Make sure they slide easily and there's no binding. This is his technique of pressing the pistons back in. He mounts the caliper in one brake pad and uses a C-clamp to press it back in. The pistons are back in and he's going to clean the hub. He puts a little anti-seize on the hub so it doesn't rust on there. Now he's putting the new rotor on and then he's going to lube up the bracket. making sure it's well lubed, and then installing the brake pads, taking note of which direction they go in. The caliper with a P is the next thing to be installed. These two bolts get torqued to 20 foot-pounds. The two bracket bolts get torqued to 59 foot-pounds. What's Daddy doing? So now that I kind of talked you through how to change the brakes on a 2015 Subaru, I'm going to pass the phone back over to my husband. He's going to give you a little bit of more details.
Thanks, babe. All right, so we're going to put the wheels back on, kind of hand tight, and lower it down so we can actually torque them to spec. But do not forget to put the cap back on the reservoir. Almost did that. The car's back down on the ground. Now we need to torque the wheels. It depends on which wheels you have. I think these are like 80 to 90 foot-pounds. Once the car's back down, everything's torqued up, you need to take it on a little bit of a test drive. Make sure there's no weird noises. You do need to get the brakes warmed up and do some hard stops. But if everything's good, brakes are stopping you good, no noises, no smells, you should be good to go. Alright guys, if you have any questions or comments, don't be afraid to ask. God bless.